Got to bring in Joe Gamaldi with the Fraternal Order of Police. Your reaction to this? When does everyone stand up and say enough?
You know, Liz, this is absolutely heartbreaking. This 25-year veteran at the FDNY was viciously murdered for no reason whatsoever. She was a responder to 9/11. She was a pillar in her community. She deserved better from the leadership of New York City. And the citizens deserve better, because this is on the heels of 16 people being shot in one day on Tuesday. And this crime and disorder that we're seeing in New York and other urban communities, it's only getting worse. We as a society need to stand up and say, we are not going to take this anymore. And we need to let our politicians know this is unacceptable, because they're sure as hell not going to step up and do it. And the way we do that is by electing law and order candidates. We need to fund our police departments. We need to vehemently prosecute violent criminals, hold DAs and judges accountable, and we need to let these dirtbag criminals know that we're not going to tolerate this crap anymore on our streets.
You know, we've got a Fox News poll, to your point, nearly 8 out of 10. They're really worried about crime. This is hitting the midterms and hitting it hard. Police departments now having to offer bonuses to stop a cop shortage. We're hemorrhaging, we're losing cops. Democrats defund police, demoralizing political attacks. Joe, you and I have been talking about this since 2020. And we've got also this. We've got even criminal justice reformer Alice Marie Johnson. She is saying it is really hitting women. This is an issue about women. And Democrats have been silent about the attacks on women after their defund police push. Watch Alice Marie Johnson with us last night. Watch.
As a woman, I do not want to defund the police. I think we need to fund the police and make sure that they're focused on the things that they need to be focused on, not just writing tickets trying to raise money, but we need to be able to make sure that they've got enough money to do their jobs. I want any politician to go into the neighborhoods and go boots on the ground, ask the people who are living this daily, do you want us to defund the police? And I think every answer would be no.
You know, to her point, I mean, GOP Dr. Oz candidate, Senate race, Pennsylvania, he's in a statistical tie with Governor John Fetterman, and Fetterman is now trying to walk back his call to release all second-degree murderers from Pennsylvania prisons. He said he would free close to 1,200, but now he's trying to walk that back.
Well, you know, as these midterms get closer, Liz, it's almost comical how quickly people are running away from their soft-on-crime policies and the previous rhetoric that they've directed towards law enforcement. Don't forget, Fetterman, when he was running for lieutenant governor, it was a pillar of his campaign that he was going to release violent criminals and murderers from jail. He was all aboard with this stuff. And now, all of a sudden, he's backtracking because violent crime is through the roof, and Philadelphia is experiencing their highest murder rate in recorded history. I mean, that's why his margin is paper thin. But Fetterman's cut from the same cloth as Larry Krasner, who had, Liz, the other day, he had the audacity and arrogance to say that his policies were reducing crime while
let's watch that. We've got that. We've got that.
Yeah, go ahead.
1,000 Philadelphians, 1,000 people in Philadelphia murdered in less than 20 months. Let's listen to far-left Philly DA Larry Krasner on your point. Watch this.
It needs to be defunded, by which I mean it's funding reduced. I'm not talking about eliminated, but it needs to be defunded in favor of things that work better.
It is working. The reality is that
there's 1,000 people killed in 20 months.
It is working.
So just because you say it makes it so? I mean, even local media have had it in Pennsylvania, Joe. Your final word.
Liz, imagine the arrogance and audacity to say this when Philadelphia experienced their highest murder rate in recorded history last year, and they're on track to do it again. I mean, bravo to him, because that is just next level gaslighting. It takes a special kind of degenerate to lie that clearly to someone. But you know what? The American public's not stupid, Liz.
Joe,
they're going to go to the polls in November, and they're going to hold these woke politicians accountable.
We're in touch with FDNY, right? And we're fire department officials and NYPD. Joe, I can't tell you the heartache, how heartsick, and how upset and outraged they are here in New York City about what happened to this Lieutenant Russo. I mean, they're just besides themselves. I've never heard them so upset, Joe. Your final word.
Liz, I've been a police officer for 17 years, and I've never really seen morale this bad. We are tired of being shot. We're tired of being murdered. We have our brothers and sisters in the fire department being murdered as well. This lawlessness cannot continue in our country. It is just, it's an absolute stain on our society, and we all need to stand up and say, No more.
Joe, thank you so much.